Hello, welcome back to WhatAreMovie. I'm Tony.
And I'm Kat.
And we're back for The Office, Season 1 still. We're halfway through. It's not a long one, but last time was healthcare. And damn it, Dwight! God damn it! He really messed it up.
He did.
He's no good at it. And we just had a really awkward Michael Scott just...
Not doing anything.
He's very good at improvising. He's learnt from the best. That awkward drum roll. Yeah. I will say so far my favourite has been the second episode, I think, Diversity Day.
Yeah.
I think that's been my favourite. Just there's so many moments in that just cracked me up. But yeah, healthcare was good as well. We're on to season 1, episode 4, The Alliance.
Ooh.
This aired on the 12th of April 2005, directed by Bryan and written by Michael Schur. Don't know these names, so there you go, something new.
Yeah.
Somebody did point out, I don't think I pointed it out in the reaction or anything, but the last one was written by Paul, oh god, I wrote it down, Lieberstein, I think his name is, but he plays Toby, who we haven't got the name of, but I've heard it from, but he was the guy who spoke about sitting in a circle.
Yeah.
He's just a writer, he's not an actor.
Yeah, I didn't realise he was
like,
I know him in it, but...
Yeah, I think a lot of the actors in the show end up writing because obviously BJ Novak already wrote one. Yeah. He's wrote one. I believe Mindy Kaling, something like that, who plays Kelly. Yeah. She writes this episode 6 in season 1. I know that, and I've seen what's his name? Michael Scott. What was he? How can I know? Steve Carell.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wrote episodes. Yeah. So there we go. The Alliance. I don't know what this is gonna be.
There's an alliance forming, clearly.
Some sort of alliance against other people, maybe. Well, who knows? We'll get into it. 4 actions in the description. Need your own copy to watch along. Just make sure to come back where we talk all about it. Let's do it. Would you visit Scranton?
Yeah? I feel No, I was going to say I feel like our old boss was like Michael Scott, but in the fun way.
Okay. I don't think he's no. Not in the Hitler impression way.
No.
Is he staring
Michael,
at the phone?
Oh, God.
To talk about the downsizing. But if there were, I'd be protected as assistant regional manager.
Assistant to the regional manager.
Oh, how many times?
I talked to corporate about protecting the sales staff. They couldn't guarantee it. But there's no downsizing.
Do I need to be worried?
Yeah, they spoke about it from the first episode, didn't they?
It looks like there's going to be downsizing. Good job.
Little liar.
Blech, hate it. I think the main difference between me and Donald Trump is that I get no pleasure out of saying the words, "You're fired." You're fired.
Fair enough.
You're fired. You just make people sad.
Okay.
And an office can't function that way.
I feel like there was a lot of Donald Trump before we knew Donald Trump.
I think if I had a catchphrase, it would be, "You're hired, and you can work here."
Well, it's because he did The Apprentice, didn't he? Yeah, in America. That's what he's doing the impression of. Yeah.
It's a
He's really
because studies have
anxious.
shown that more information gets passed through water cooler gossip than through official memos. Puts me at a disadvantage. I bring my own water to work.
Why'd you do this?
I didn't do it. What do you mean? The water cooler was brought over here for maintenance.
Maintenance.
It's a scuttlebutt.
The scuttlebutt.
Yeah, that's his saying.
It's an actual thing.
Michael Scott. I have had my assistant Pam, smile, Pam. I have had her go out and find out whose birthday is coming up. I have a little celebration for them.
Ooh.
Not bad. Drum roll, please.
It's gonna be her.
It's today, is it?
Who is it?
Actually, we don't have any staff birthdays coming up.
Oh.
Next person.
Meredith.
Yes. All right.
But it's not until next month.
Okay.
Just do an early one, you know.
Well, great. Well, it'll be a surprise.
You still want to have a party?
Yeah. Why not? Sure. Live a little. Shake it up.
I don't think she's convinced.
Are there any signs of life down there?
Why is he billing
Captain,
her?
no signs of life down here. It's a wet blanket named Pam.
Oh my god.
Star Trek.
Yeah, we got.
For decorations, maybe we could forget it. What? Maybe we could have streamers. Everybody has streamers.
She don't seem very
What color
confident.
do you guys think?
Brown.
Well, there's green,
It's not a creative colour.
yellow, red.
She just
I
listing colours.
whorish.
This was tough. I suggested we flip a
Did you
coin,
see her cardigan?
but Angela said she doesn't like to gamble. Just by saying that, she was gambling that I wouldn't smack her.
These are my party planning biatches. Pulled off an amazing party last year.
Call of that.
So I was thinking, if you haven't already gotten a cake, it's ice cream cakes from Baskin Robbins.
Meredith's allergic to dairy.
She's not the only one that's going to be eating it, right? Not just about her, so.
What?
Mint chocolate chip. How about some mint chocolate chip?
He's the worst. He doesn't listen to his employees.
Listen, I was thinking that it might be a good idea if you and I formed an alliance.
Aww.
There we go. No.
Absolutely, I do.
Good.
Oh.
Good. Excellent.
Okay.
I was just so happy. I mean, everything Dwight does annoys me.
Did you get your tickets?
Hmm.
What? The gun show?
God.
Hours thinking of ways to get back at him, but only in ways that would get me arrested. And then here he comes. And he says,
Yeah,
no.
can't.
Jim?
Let's keep this alliance totally a secret.
Secret.
That's gonna happen. Yeah.
An alliance?
Oh, yeah.
What does that even mean?
Instant.
It involves spying on people. He may build a fort in the county.
Jim.
Hey, hi Pam. Listen, could I talk to you for a second about the paper products?
Did you tell Pam about the alliance?
Just now. Oh, no. Dwight,
Oh, he's on to him.
I'm using her. For the alliance. Who knows the most information about this office? Pam.
That's good.
I'm gonna have to talk to her a lot. All right? And there may be chatting
Wow.
and giggling. You gotta just pretend to ignore it. Wipe it away.
Done.
All right.
He just wants a chance to talk to her more, I guess. Don't
So
be...
creepy.
That is very creepy.
She's right there. That is Meredith,
Alright.
birthday girl.
The one with the vagina, I remember.
Yeah.
Bird day. Jim Rowe, heard you're turning 46. You're an accountant. Just fudge the numbers. Not bad. Pretty funny.
That's pretty
Don't
good.
appreciate condoning corporate fraud, though. Here's the thing. Whatever I write here has to be really funny.
It's gonna be the worst, I can
People out there are
imagine.
expecting it. I've already set the bar really high. And they're all worried about their jobs. You know, it's kind of dark out there. Imagine if I wrote something like, "Happy birthday. You're great. Love, Michael."
Very good. Like a cat with a hairball.
It was.
Don't you think?
Yeah. What do you think that's about?
Lunch.
Find out.
He's just getting. Jim's just doing all the work.
Yeah.
Believe this.
What? I believe it.
Secret meeting.
We're high in the kitchen.
I could tell from the body language.
Yeah, that looks good. What is that, turkey?
Italian.
Toby and Kevin, they're trying to get Angela kicked off. Good. Let them. Kevin's in accounting, and Toby's in human resource.
They're forming an alliance.
I love their sandwiches. I love their sandwiches too.
They're just talking about sandwiches.
Sandwiches.
So mundane. Dwight's freaking out.
Okay, listen.
They just
We need
kicked
to
his
assume
car.
that everyone in the office is forming an alliance and is therefore trying to get us kicked off.
Meredith. Mary.
Oh
Mary
god,
had a
here
little
comes
lamb.
these
Mary.
like comedy skills
Yeah.
at work.
Lamb. Don't bring that lamb to work or it'll poop on the floor. Hey,
That's
Oscar.
hilarious.
What's up?
I'm sorry to bother you.
Oh, not at all.
My nephew is involved with a charity for cerebral palsy. Maybe you'd like to
Why is his face so blank?
donate to the charity.
Of course I would. Wow, $2, $3. People out here do not care about
Oh,
disease.
I thought it was gonna be like,
I'm going to give you $25.
what?
That's very generous.
Oh
That-
my gosh. Well, listen.
I feel like
Hospitality
he's under pressure because of the cameras.
and community. All convalescences into morale. So
We're still in our fart, that poster note says.
Hey,
He
Jim,
said what?
We're still in our fart.
Sure. What's up?
keep overhearing all of these conversations between Michael and corporate about like staff issues.
Oh no.
They're just totally winding him up.
On these meetings, these people are my friends.
Right.
But he's all like, "This is confidential. You can't tell anyone." But I feel like I want to. Just promise me you're not gonna say
It's
anything.
between you and me.
Yeah.
They're the worst.
Jackpot.
That was beautiful. All her idea too. Awesome. She's so great.
Meredith.
He realised he was being filmed.
You wanted to see me?
Yeah, what do you know about Meredith?
I don't think she'd be missed.
There's not going to be downside.
Meredith Palmer, divorced twice, 2 kids,
lawyer, Dunder Mifflin Paper Incorporated. Awards, multiple Dundies.
I know that. I know that. I need something kind of embarrassing.
Dundies.
Fun inside.
She had a hysterectomy.
We spoke about that.
Which one was that again?
That's where they remove the uterus.
Oh, God. Twice now.
Yeah, that's what I said.
What am I going to do with a removed uterus?
It could be kind of funny.
You know what? I am on a deadline.
I love how Dwight was so like a computer, like, this is the information I know.
Pam says that one of the alliances is meeting in the warehouse. There's no good place to hide.
No, yes, there is. I know exactly what to do.
Great.
I'm a deer.
Oh.
I go all the time.
Are we going to the warehouse?
Maybe.
A deer, very good vision. I am better at hiding than they are at vision.
What? Oh, I see what you're saying.
Perfect cover. I can hear and see everything.
Good.
Michael, come on, let's go. Here we go. Come on.
She's just gonna be like,
This
what?
isn't gonna work. The lid's open.
Tape it down.
Then you won't be able to breathe.
Look, I can breathe. Just
Breathe.
okay. I'll poke holes in the box.
Oh, it's kind of creepy.
Surprise!
No,
It's surprise Meredith. Happy birthday to you. Find a key. Happy birthday.
Stay here.
It's kind of awkward.
Next to the box.
You need to go upstairs to the party.
That's good.
Can I trust Jim? I don't know. Do I have a choice? No.
Seeing as he's taping you to a box in the warehouse, probably not.
Should I trust Jim?
Is that a dead mouse on the
Tell
floor?
me.
I don't. Where?
It was under the wheel. There definitely was. It was like a little puppet.
It's the warehouse.
Well, there you go. Just awkward small talk in the office.
Surprised, weren't you? You look freaked. Like, what? What the hell going on here?
And now they're just eating cake she can't have.
Come on, a little bit. Oh, God, too bad. It's so good.
He's the worst.
If I were allergic to dairy, I think I'd kill myself. Way too good.
What a birthday, my god.
he's in a box.
He's in a box. Serious, go down there and work your magic.
What was she gonna do?
Yeah, we were supposed to meet here. What? Oh my gosh. That ties in perfectly with something that Michael was telling me earlier. I just don't know what some of the people...
Her acting is great. She's doing very good.
It said specifically that...
My god.
Very impressive donation you gave to Oscar's charity.
Money isn't everything, Jim.
He's not gonna give it, is he?
Key to happiness.
I feel
Maybe
like...
give more than $3 next time.
$3 a mile is gonna end up being like $50. So, gotta calculate what you're gonna have to give.
Ugh.
Is Oscar around?
Oh no. God damn it, Michael.
It was a per mile kind of deal.
Gosh.
Maybe you should have read it or listened to him.
Walkathon is. It says it right on the sheet. I just think it's kind of cheap to undonate money to a charity.
No. It's not about the money. It's the ethics of the thing.
The ethics.
How's your nephew?
Is he in good shape? How many miles did he do last year?
Last year he walked 18 miles.
Son of a bitch.
Her reaction's so good. For God's sake. This man is just... It's like Solid Snake in Metal Gear.
Happy birthday.
That's he was in Mr. Robot Actor.
God.
Meredith,
No, I don't want
Good
this.
news.
No.
you're not actually a year older because you work here where time stands still.
I don't know about that.
That was Stanley. Happy birthday.
Oh, don't. Why are you reading it out loud?
Love, Pam.
Oh. Thanks, Downer.
This is from Michael.
Oscar's
Let's
reaction.
hope the only downsizing that happens to you is that someone downsizes your age.
Because of the downsizing, rumors, and because you're getting old.
No, I get it.
You didn't get the joke. So
I want to leave.
I have a bunch of these.
Please, don't read anymore.
Liz Taylor called. She wants her age back and her divorces back. Because Meredith's been divorced like twice. Is that right?
No,
Did I get that right? Okay.
You're right.
Yes.
Wow.
He's the worst. Like,
Oh, okay. Meredith is so old. Old-ish. Left, everybody. She went into an antique store and they kept her. That wasn't even mine. I got that off the internet.
Pam's message was lovely.
This
wasn't
isn't
it?
my fault.
Yeah.
He never
ladies,
takes responsibility.
not your best
does he?
effort. Streamers, we could have done better.
Phyllis wanted red. I didn't. Oh, boy, you...
Okay, wait.
Blame
all right,
each other.
people, hold on. I think we're losing sight of what is really important here. We are a group of people.
An
who work
alliance.
together. I really wasn't going to flaunt this. I have made a very sizable donation to Oscar's.
Oh my god.
$25 per mile. Per mile, yes. When I retire, I don't want to just disappear to an island somewhere.
You might have to. They won't want to kill you.
A check for the kids, for the team. I want it to be like, who donated that hospital wing? I don't know. It was anonymous. Guess what? That was Michael Scott. It was anonymous. How do you know? Because I'm him.
Yeah, but that's just like tooting your own horn.
Don't cash out till Friday, okay?
Really? Today?
Yeah.
Happy birthday. Thanks. I could say something.
Don't do that.
Wait, is his birthday?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You didn't hear that then.
Oh, I thought he said it, but.
I have just convinced the wife to go buy on our other brand. I told him that he should dye his hair to go undercover.
What?
If we can get a hot side in his hair.
What the hell is this? What are you trying to cup a feel or something,
No,
Hopper?
dude, no. Dude,
Hey,
no,
hey,
dude. I was just
No.
God, I don't even know how to explain this. White asked me to be in an alliance.
It's a bit awkward.
Messing with him.
Just office pranks.
It's stupid. It's just office pranks. An alliance? What the hell is he talking
Getting a bit
about?
out of hand.
I have absolutely no idea.
Well, I mean, to be honest, they were messing around with him a bit too much,
Yeah.
so he kind of deserves it.
That's the game. Vince and we're in an alliance. Get some information. Throw him to the wolves.
No.
Politics, baby. Get what you can out of someone. I think Jim might have learned a very valuable lesson.
Yeah. Did you, Eminem?
Don't think I've watched that one. Or if it was, I didn't pay attention.
Okay. Well, Will Market has not watched for you. There we go. My God. That was The Alliance. Just all around awkward. We need to give a round of applause to Michael, though. It's very, very good. So, that was The Alliance. You said you're not sure if you've seen it.
Yeah, it's so hard to tell in these. I was thinking about it when that ended then.
Yeah.
And I think because The Office is something that is so widely used, like the clips and like the memes, that I'm like I vaguely remember Dwight cutting out of a box, but I don't think I've seen the whole story of him cutting out of the box. I think I've just seen him cutting out of a box. Yeah, it's really hard to judge sometimes.
I get you, yeah. No, obviously first time for me. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was good. Just as awkward as ever. Like, Michael just trying to convince everyone he's... I mean, it literally says, led by deluded boss. He is delusional.
Yeah.
He thinks everyone loves him and he's the best thing
Yeah.
ever to happen. And he's just not.
Yeah. He really reminds me of people that we've experienced in our past.
Maybe, yeah. But... And he's always trying to shift the blame onto other people, or
Reminds me of people that we've experienced.
trying
in
to
our
hype
past.
himself up for things that shouldn't be.
Reminds me of someone that we've experienced.
Exactly.
In our past.
Yeah. So, yeah, we all know. That's the thing about this show as well. It feels very real, and you kind of know people like this, and you can, So yeah, it was just it's just so awkward. And when he realised that it was the $25 per mile, yeah, it's crazy.
See, I kind of remembered that bit as well when he did that, and I was like, I'm sure this is per mile.
Oh, okay. So maybe you have seen it, but
Yeah, maybe just not fully absorbed
registered
into it.
it all. Yeah. So, so how did it even begin? Like,
It started-
it's Dwight staring at the bathroom, right? The restroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
and
then Michael came out and he just jump
Because then he
scared him.
questions him about the downsizing.
He's like being the assistant regional manager.
He's like assistant.
I'm like in danger, and he's like, no. I like how it's a kind of a running joke. Yeah. He's like, there is no downsizing. Don't. And that's when Dwight comes up with the idea of an alliance. I mean, that's the point of the episode. No, not necessarily in that order, but yeah, he goes make an alliance. So he speaks to Jim about
Is this before or after the water cooler incident?
Well, yeah, I think he starts talking about the water cooler, saying, "Oh,
that's where all the hot gossip is."
Yeah, because it pans over to them.
The water cooler
is that like even a thing
desk.
over here? Like, is that an American thing or something?
Maybe.
I know
It's
I've
like a
heard
smoking area,
water
isn't
cooler
it?
talk is like a thing. I've heard about that.
Yeah,
like,
and
people
smoking
gossip.
areas when you go out and have a cigarette.
Yeah, because that was so that might be that may be a more an English thing because like I remember
But they did it in Friends, didn't they?
Yes, yeah, there was an episode of IT Crowd like that as well where she purposely smoked. Yeah, Friends did that, didn't they? Yeah, with Rachel. So they create little groups of people.
Yeah.
Whereas in this, it's just people just, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like a mixture of people as well. It's not like necessarily people forming groups, really. Because first of all, who was it? Was it like Jim, Kevin and Toby maybe? Or Jim, I don't know who it was at the water cooler, but it doesn't matter. But then it was Stanley and Kevin, and then Kevin and Toby later were having lunch. They're just there. It's not like, whereas Dwight sees it as like, oh, they're forming an alliance. I love how he moved the water cooler next to his desk.
For maintenance.
It's just Stanley's like, why did you do this? I really like Stanley. I like a lot of these characters. They're really, really interesting. I don't know who my favourite would be so far. Obviously, Jim and Dwight seem to be getting and Pam, I'd say, and obviously Michael have the most airtime. We've got a bit more of Oscar as we've gone on. I kind of like Oscar. He seems very, I don't know what it is. He seems quite friendly, but nervous and like, I don't know, like a lot of the time he's like, what do you mean by that? Like, what are you like questioning? I don't know. Curious Oscar. Yeah. And then who else have we got? We got obviously Meredith. We got a name now. The only time, like I mentioned, she's the one with the vagina. That was the joke in the healthcare one.
Yes.
Where what was it?
Didn't she say something about having a hysterectomy?
No.
Because it was like, no, she still has a vagina.
Yeah, because she says, I have a vagina, so I want that covered. Like, and then he's like, you don't have one, you had a hysterectomy. Yeah. And she's like, no, that's where they take, like, your womb, right?
Yeah.
Your uterus, and I still have a vagina. So, and that even comes up in the episode, so I'm glad, like, obviously I'm not just, that's how I remember they brought it up, so, yeah.
Angela?
She's strange though. Meredith is a bit strange. Like, because even, well, I mean, I don't blame her when they said happy birthday. Like, she kind of went, happy birthday? Like, to like, because she's like, I don't understand what's happening.
Angela, part of the party committee?
Yeah, Angela, we've seen and heard about. She seems she seems quite mean in a way.
Like upper.
Yes, definitely. Because she said, like, green is a slutty colour.
No, she didn't.
Yeah, she did.
Whorish.
Yes. Yeah. So,
but
you are wearing a green jumper today. She's taking it out on you.
But she obviously said that to Phyllis, didn't she? Because it was Phyllis that was picking the party streamers, and she was like, green?
Oh, no, it's when she says
yellow.
No, because I really like Phyllis as well. She seems quite shy and reserved and like, oh no, I don't want to say that. That's a stupid idea. Like, and they're like, what? Streamers? Oh, that's stupid. Everyone does that. And it's like, well, what colour? And then she's like, well, there's green, red. She's just listing colours monotonously.
No, like how Pam was like, well, we do green. And then Angela's just like, I think green is hoary.
And speaking of Angela,
and it's like I said, she was wearing a green.
Yes, a green cardigan. Like I said, Angela in previous episodes, like when they confronted Michael about the healthcare thing, Angela like snapped at Oscar, was like, "Oh, that was pathetic. Why didn't you talk to him?" Like, and then when Kevin made a joke about, oh, he's got to come out of his office one time, he's got to go to the bathroom, and then she was like, "Oh, that's childish." Yeah, like she does seem stuck up. Like, so. Kevin, we didn't get much of, just talking about his sandwich a little bit, and. I like how these characters can pop in and out. That's really cool with an ensemble cast. Do you know what it reminds me of? It sounds stupid because there's tons of shows and comedies and other shows that have an ensemble cast, but it reminds me of Lost. Yeah, because there's so many cast members they can like pull on and they bring in. Yeah, so sorry, go on.
But you did learn in this episode as well. Toby and Kevin's job titles.
Oh yeah, I can't remember.
So
Was it human resources,
Kevin
right?
is administration.
Yes.
And Toby is human resources.
Yeah.
Which cracks me up in some ways because it was Toby that said the bloody thing about sitting around in a circle and you're like, you're HR. Like, what?
Yeah. Oh, that shows you they're flawed people. They're real people. They have flaws, and they're like, which I like. It's
That's
cool.
the irony of that joke as well. Was like when you're like, but you're HR. Like, come on.
Yeah.
And I wanted to say that to you, but then I knew that you didn't know what his job title was yet, so I'm quite happy it came up in this episode.
Quite quick. Yeah.
Because I didn't know how long it was until we found out what he is.
Yeah.
And I think it's quite a good job title for him because obviously we found out like he wrote an episode and stuff and he's one of the writers.
Yeah,
he's HR is it's like it's not really needed every episode, so it's kind of like doesn't need to be a big character because he's not a salesperson or something like that.
Manager or receptionist. Yeah, they kind of get the most airtime or whatnot. Yeah. I don't know if we saw many other people really. We saw other people. The warehouse guy that was standing there when Dwight got out of the box. He was in Mr. Robot.
Yes.
And I knew he was in this as well.
Yes.
I knew the actor because I've seen a clip with him. But do you remember who he was? He was Ray in Mr. Robot. Yeah, he's so good. I like that guy. Sorry.
Alright, calm down. Who was it that was thrown up? Michael. Didn't that remind you of the other? That's what I envisioned your other day. Was when you said at work someone was pretending to throw up for like a minute and then went, "I'm gonna go on a break."
And it's like, after all that hard work you did with that noise.
The moment he did that, I was like, "I wonder if Tony's having a flashback to the other day."
Yeah. Who done an impression of a cat like that before in something else? I don't know what. Something we've watched, maybe.
Probably It's Always Sunny.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of, but I don't know. Yeah. The main part of the episode was the alliance between, and Dwight was like, "Well, I'm going to stick with Jim because we're sales, we'll stick together."
Yeah.
And then Jim's instantly like,
I'm going to mess him.
Yeah, I'm going to mess
so
with
then,
him.
like...
Everything Dwight does annoys me.
Yeah.
Like, did you get your tickets to the gun convention? He's just kissing his arm. Yeah.
But it's like they see Toby and Kevin eating lunch, and then...
Like, what do you think they're talking about? Like, it looks like they're talking about something.
Yeah, and then Jim's like, I'll go in and find... And then we find out they're literally just talking about the sandwich.
Well, I mean, Jim goes over and starts talking about the sandwich. Yeah,
how good the sandwich is. But then Jim goes outside with Dwight and is like, okay, so they're talking, and this is what's... Like, it's just making up this whole thing.
And because he mentions their job roles then, is like, you know what that means. They're forming an alliance. And he kicks...
And then he's like, the alliance
I like when he kicks the car.
Everyone's forming an alliance.
I like when he kicks the car and Jim's just like...
I also like the bit where... Because... Jim straight away tells Pam about what's happening and it's like, we should mess with him. And then Dwight's like, Jim, come here. He's like, you just told Pam. And he's like, no, I didn't.
No, I didn't. I was like, no, I've just got to... I can't remember what he said.
He kind of says he's going to use her as like an inside scoop.
Yeah, because she's a receptionist. She knows
hears
stuff.
things.
Yeah, so...
Yeah.
We've got to talk and chat and laugh and... Yeah. Because you just like... He's totally like just making... So someone pointed this out in like comments. I've seen a couple of comments saying Jim's a bully, which he pretty much is.
Yeah.
But Dwight is annoying, and he thinks very highly of himself, and thinks he's the shit. So you know, but Jim got his comeuppance in this episode. So.
Yeah, he did, because he is bullying in some ways, but it's like it's not really like malicious bullying. It's like banter bullying, but
that is in a way,
bad.
It's
but do you know what
kind
I mean?
of psychologically bullying.
Yeah, it's not like a really like malicious bullying sort of thing, but it's kind of like he's giving him as good as like Dwight. Half the time it's like, Dwight, what are you doing? Like, and it's the reaction as well, isn't it? Like the stapler and the jelly. Like he knew that it grinded him.
Yeah,
he's gonna play up on it.
Yeah. He knows how to push Dwight's buttons, clearly. They both do.
And they're so easy to push. So.
Yeah, exactly. There's something I wanted to mention before I forget. It's not related to that, but this episode was like, the theme was like, obviously the downsizing. The rain, yeah. This kind of goes with what I'm about to talk about, so which you probably don't know what I'm going on about. But the theme of the episode was the downsizing thing and everyone feeling down and and the lighting in this episode, I don't know if it was me, felt very dimmer. It felt a bit dingy and horrible.
Yeah.
And like when you saw outside, like you could see outside the windows, it was grey and stuff.
Yeah.
And it just felt a bit dingy. And I don't know if it was just this episode or I was imagining it.
Yeah.
It felt dreary.
Yeah.
Like the rain. So I don't know, but but meanwhile, obviously Michael wants to lift everyone's spirits.
Yep.
So he's like, got Pam here, like Pam just is not like she does not seem impressed by any of these antics at all.
Calls her a wet paper towel.
Yeah, I mean it does a little Star Trek thing, like signs of life. Nope, just a wet blanket. They Pam.
But he basically decides to throw a party for someone's birthday.
Who's the next birthday?
Nobody
I thought it was going to be Pam's.
I thought it was going to be like, my birthday's today.
Yeah, and he was going to be like, oh, this is awkward, but no, nobody soon.
But Meredith's is in a month.
Drum roll, it just keeps doing it. Yeah, he's like, well, we'll do that. This will be a surprise, you know, why not?
Get her some cake.
I love how
ice cream cake.
I love how like what's the intern's name again? Or the Bryan? Is it? Ryan. I keep getting it mixed up. Ryan. I love how he's just been forgotten in the background, and
he's a temp, isn't he?
Yeah, temp. But that's the thing. He's just in the background.
She had one line
him.
In this whole show,
and
it was
it's
like
his
the
birthday.
point.
Which just makes it even funnier.
Yeah.
They just forgot about him. I don't care.
But they're going to plan a birthday, get a birthday cake, an ice cream birthday cake, and then they're like, Pam's like, but Meredith can't eat dairy.
Well, yeah, so that's when they're planning
but
with
it's
the
not
things.
just for her. She's not going to be the only one eating it.
Because no, that's when they're planning it, aren't they? Because he's like, the ladies, they planned the 80s birthday party last year, and it's just a picture of him and Dwight like looking completely out of it. Well, how themed was the 80s? Were they doing coke? Do you reckon? Because they could have been from that picture.
Get used to it. There's
but
more
he's like,
ice
cream cake. Everyone loves it. It's like, sorry, what did you say?
More parties to come.
Oh, well, yeah. There was a mention of something in this episode that I know is a title of like an episode coming up. Because obviously I get the information.
Yeah.
But they mentioned in this, so I didn't know what the reference was, but I think it's episode 1 of season 2. I might be wrong here, but I think it's called The Dundies. And he mentioned that she was the recipient of awards, the Dundee Awards. And I was like, wait a second, that makes sense now. Okay. I was like, who are the Dundies? Are they like... I've seen that. Is it like bringing your kid to work day? That was like my kind of thought. The Dundies, little kids.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
No.
But now So, but anyway, they're like, she can't have dairy. And he's like, well, everyone, there's a lot of people eating cake. It's not all about her. It's like, yes.
He just wants to make chocolate chip.
Well, this is the thing.
Cake.
He's throwing this party not for the person. He's throwing it
to boost morale.
But not even that, to make it look
morale.
like he's helping them and boosting morale, and that he cares, and that they will then think of him as a good boss. Yeah. And that's what it always is. It's about him and how they feel towards him. So, yeah, yeah, that's it basically. There's no more real planning of the party we see, right?
No.
Is there, as far as I know? But there's more alliance stuff. They go, they talk in front of him and Pam, right? It's like, all these things I have to listen to in these meetings and stuff, and what's going on? And Dwight's just kind of like, he's like, perfect, I've got him. And that's where Jim tells him there's a meeting in the warehouse, right?
Yes.
That's where they hang out. And he speaks about, this is
like,
Dwight.
Undercover.
Speaks about deer and vision.
Yeah.
Like, I'm better at hiding than they are better at vision. Yeah. And I was like, we're going to see the warehouse? And we did. Yeah. There was definitely a little mouse, a puppet mouse underneath the thing. I'm not crazy. Because you saw it disappeared in the next shot.
It was quite late on.
Oh, obviously there's the whole thing about the card as well, isn't it? Yeah, which we could talk about. Yeah, look. Yeah, look, it's right there. Oh, wait. No, back a bit. Let's go back 10 seconds. Look, under the wheel!
Oh, yeah!
And it's moving as well!
Oh my god!
It's like a little
animated
mouse, a rat! Yeah! And it disappears for this shot, but then I think it comes back later as well.
Does it?
Yeah, I think it comes back when Pam's down there. Have I missed it? Yeah, look, it's back there. Did you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah. There is. Is it like a running joke of in the warehouse? There's like a puppet mouse.
I don't know.
That's pretty cool if there is. I noticed it straight away. It's like the thing in Adventure Time where there's the waving snail, and every time you miss it, I'm like, waving snail! So, so Dwight goes down and is like, I'm going to hide in the box. And then Jim is like totally playing...
Wait, the lid's open.
Jim's totally playing it up like, wait a second, they see you, the lid. He's like, well, you've got to close it.
Tape it
No,
up.
it won't stay shut. Tape it.
What if you can't breathe?
It's like, I'll poke some holes, yeah.
Okay.
And then that's when like he's like, well, you've got to go up to the party because they can't see you. He's like, oh, that's a good idea. Like he's totally playing him. And that's when he tells Pam about it, and he's like, oh, you go see him, he's in a box. Oh, because the party happens, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously before the party, there's the whole, and him in the box, there's the whole Michael trying to write the
best
message.
comment in a birthday card and wants to make it about her.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Gets Dwight to come in to be like,
what do you
tell
know
me
about
everything.
her?
Yeah.
And he's very sister that, like, this
Yeah.
is the facts I know.
Yeah.
She's had 2 divorces, she's...
Had a hysterectomy.
Yeah. It's like, I can't that's not funny. Yeah. Oscar comes in and asks for money.
Yeah.
And I feel like his face is so blank, but then I think he realises he's on camera and he's like, oh yeah, of course. He's like, oh, $2, $3, perfect. 25.
25.
And that's when Oscar's like, whoa, it's very generous.
Yeah.
Yeah. But basically the party happens. And that's what, like, Meredith, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's like, happy birthday? Because she's so confused. And then, they have a party, really.
Yeah, we're all enjoying the cake.
And that's when Jim tells Pam.
Yeah.
Pam goes down and is doing the phone call, and he's poking more holes in the box.
And then he falls over.
And he bursts out. And that's when we see the guy in the background.
Yeah.
I don't know his name, of course. He didn't even say anything.
No.
He's just there. So, yeah. I've seen an outtake clip of him in this show, so I knew he was in it. I think I've seen a couple of clips of him in the show.
Yeah.
So obviously when I saw him in Mr. Robot, I was like, oh yeah, I know. But the party's just kind of awkward, right?
Yeah, Michael tries to feed Meredith some of the cake.
Oh, he's just like rubbing it in her face.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, it's so good though. If I couldn't eat dairy, I'd kill myself.
Yeah.
It's like, so awful.
Then it gets to the card, and then he's like, you should read everyone's thing out.
Yeah.
And then he reads out, I can't remember who he reads out first.
Something. Oh, was it? Was it then he read it out about fudging the numbers?
No.
It was earlier, and then he's.
Yeah.
And he was like, I don't condone.
Condone.
That. What was the comment he read out then? Do you remember? Yeah, I'm not sure. But it was
then
a funny
he read
one.
out Pam's, which was just like, oh, happy birthday.
It was Stanley's. Stanley's
Yes.
was the first one, and she found it funny. Pam's was very nice.
Yeah.
And then
He's like,
Michael's was just awful. Just
Yeah,
talk about her being
downsizing.
Yeah. Downsize your age.
Yeah,
It's all
basically.
ageist jokes,
Yeah.
basically. He's like, I've got more. And he's like, he's like,
Yeah.
I didn't come
Then
up with that
they
one. I love how
divorce and
I love how Oscar comes. He's like, no, all of you got to do it. like say it. How old is she? Yeah, and talks about divorces. It's like it's funny because you had 2 divorces. She's like, yeah, I did. Like, he just does not get.
And Pam is like comforted.
Like that's not the crowd for those
No.
kind of jokes,
No.
and not the time or place.
Yeah.
It's not appropriate.
Then he tries to smooth the moment out by...
No, he shifts the blame onto the ladies who planned the party.
Yeah, and then smooths it out by talking about how much he donated to the thing
just
and writes
tooting
a
his
check.
own horn. And he talks about donating hospital wings. I know because it's me, and it's like, yeah, that's exactly what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're just.
What's the point of doing it anonymous if...
Yeah, exactly. If you're just going to talk about it, there's people who donate to charities and they're doing it to make a point. They're doing it to show, oh, look at me, look at what I do. And then there are other people who donate to charities and just do it off their own back and don't say anything about it. Like they just do it. Like they're not doing it for publicity. They're doing it because they want to, because they can help people. Yeah. Where Michael clearly has to talk about it. But yeah. So there you go. Is that pretty much it? I don't.
Yeah. How did it end?
Oh, it ended with he's convinced Dwight to go to the other branch.
Oh yes.
He has to dye his hair. And that's when.
And Jim's joking to Pam about it, but he's like leaning over her to talk to her.
He is holding her hand a little bit, and they're laughing. And then what's his name? Is it
Roy?
Yeah. So I think I spoke about you, how I recognised him. I recognised him when we watched it. As soon as we finished watching the episode he was in, I think he was in the first one, right? He was in, I recognised him from Person of Interest, we saw him in, and Brightburn. Do you remember it was the kid who had superpowers who turned evil? That one. Yeah, he was in that as well. And he was like, "Yeah, what are you doing?" And
trying to cop a feel.
Just work pranks. Just work
pranks.
Right, Dwight? It's all about downsizing alliances. And Dwight's like,
I don't know what you're talking about.
He got his comeuppance. He deserved that. He did deserve it. Because they were really screwing with him. But I love how Dwight is trying to... You get the voiceover of Dwight like, Jim got what he deserved.
Yeah, and then it pans to his...
And he's got the blonde hair. Yeah. Like, he didn't...
Do you think he'll have blonde hair next episode?
No. I think he just... Because, like, obviously he didn't see it coming, like, he's acting like he knew what was happening. He took that very moment as an opportunity to be like, oh, I'll screw you back over. So, yeah. There we go. That was a good episode. I enjoyed it. But we've only got 2 more left to go. Yeah. What will they do? Where will we go? I think I've seen the titles of a couple of them. Because I get the things. It's a bit weird because obviously with Sunny we avoid the titles, but that's more because it's a punchline for a joke. Whereas in this, you just see the title before you watch it. So I think we've got basketball coming up from what I saw. Yep. So that should be exciting. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Really enjoying this because it's brand new for me. Looking forward to more. We'll be back on the channel with a brand new episode of Always Sunny that I have not seen as well. Yay. So it's brand new for both of us. It's going to be exciting. But yeah, we'll be back with The Office in a week's time. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.